Yemen over the 17th, 2025.
Now, the news with Ben Kinney and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Ben Kinney in for Gary.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And naturally on St. Patrick's Day, a lot of green showing up on our flood alerts. Kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, and we've got some flood alerts to pass along right now. Matter of fact, let's head right to it for those of you just waking up. We have had those warnings pushed out on our app. With that QR code at the bottom of your screen, you can get alerts to this as they do happen. But for those who do not have our app or follow our social media, here's a look at those flood alerts early this morning. Let's zoom into the Mohawk Valley just to the east of Little Falls, Danube, Crum Creek, Oppenheim. In that area right there, there's a flood warning in effect for the Mohawk River at Little Falls. Zooming out to the west, impacting parts of Herkimer, Frankfort, Ilion. West Canada Creek is just crested at around 6.45 feet right now, and it is starting to fall, but still it is at minor flood stage. And then finally, we turn our attention to Fish Creek as you head up to Ansville, Dibbletown in Vienna. So again, a lot of areas are monitoring this morning. The heaviest of rain has ended and a lot of creeks have crested, but still Fish Creek, there is not a river monitor that has the flood stage readings on it. So we're kind of playing that by ear as it happens. Temperature sitting at 44 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, 43 Hamilton with a few spotty rain showers. And as you can see right here, those passing through the area. Zooming out, again, heaviest rain out to the east and even a few flurries out in parts of Buffalo. So today, temperatures falling from the 40s down into the 30s. We are tracking a cooler day today, but a warmer stretch by middle of the week. We have a look at that forecast straight ahead. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. National Grid had to respond to a pole and wires down on Schoolhouse Road near Deerfield Elementary on Sunday night. National Grid crews were out and are still out working to restore power around the region. Now, those incoming storms prompted flight delays and cancellations at Philadelphia International Airport yesterday. Despite the decline in anticipated severity, the storm still made an impact in the area. Philadelphia International Airport shared multiple service advisories on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter with travelers last night. A total of 255 delays. Intense rain, wind, and storms hitting central North Carolina yesterday as that system moved east. In Raleigh, flash flood warnings were issued. Up to 2 inches of rain fell, causing street floodings. Several accidents were reported throughout the region during that storm. Officials say hydroplaning was a contributing factor in at least 2 crashes. And after the round of deadly severe weather on Friday, the South was under the gun all weekend. Tornadoes, high winds, and rain. NBC's Kathy Park has the latest.
These weekend storms were destructive and deadly, killing at least 37 people across several states stretching from the Midwest to the Southeast. At least 6 confirmed fatalities here in the state of Mississippi. The National Weather Service confirming at least 2 back-to-back tornadoes on Saturday near Magnolia, Mississippi. That's where we are right now. If you take a look behind me, we were told that a woman was actually hiding in the middle of this home. She actually found a cubby hole. That was her safe space when the roof completely collapsed. Fortunately, she is doing okay, but the winds in this area, they really kicked up. They were so destructive. As you can see, there's debris scattered everywhere. They actually pulled pieces of metal right into this tree. As you can see, there is a big cleanup ahead. In Magnolia, Mississippi, Kathy.
The death toll from U.S. airstrikes on Yemen has risen, according to the Houthi.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back, everyone, on this Monday. It was a pretty busy evening weather-wise yesterday. A strong line of storms rolled through the area, and yes, a tornado warning was issued. Nothing confirmed just yet. And a reminder when it comes to when we enter severe weather season that not always when there is a tornado warning is the damage caused by a tornado. The winds alone along the line of storms were strong enough to cause wind damage due to the strength of the front. But more on what's happening this morning. Some lingering rain showers are coming to an end. Lots of snowmelt. We're monitoring area creeks and streams right now. But some area roadways a bit on the damp side, some ponding as well. And as we take a look at the traffic tracker, it appears there is an icon here that just popped up. I'm looking at it right now. And it looks to me that this is road closed due to flooding on County Route 32 from Route 69 Erie Boulevard to Joe Kelly Memorial Road. This is
by the Walmart Distribution Center.
yes, right here. So right next to this distribution center right there to the north, heading toward Oriskany. That area is closed due to flooding right now. So we'll keep a close eye on this throughout the morning. But as you can see here, the radar, a lot of that heavy rain is exiting our area. The passing cold front is going to cool things down throughout the morning. So again, today, a few lingering rain showers, otherwise mostly cloudy skies this morning and mainly cloudy skies this afternoon with highs in the morning, cooling down into the 30s throughout the day. Ben?
And Eric, that area is actually pretty frequently flooded. That's the waterfront park there just outside of Oriskany.
Yeah, correct.
That frequently floods, so we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you very much. Well, the Mohawk Valley Performing Arts Center.
The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this St. Patrick's Day, today it's a bit more on the cooler side after a very warm weekend. A look at downtown Utica right now, facing the western sky. Damp conditions, low-lying clouds, and a few lingering rain showers are across the board throughout the area early this morning. Current temperature sits at 43 with light rain. Expect this temperature to drop throughout the day back into the 30s. So if you were a fan of the spring-like weather, we're back to a more winter-like day today. We're still in winter time and spring still only a few short days away. But the radar right now, again, picking up on some spotty rain showers. They aren't widespread, so you might drive into a shower if you were heading out early this morning, or if you are currently experiencing one, you might drive out of it in only a span of a few miles. But this ultimately winds down as relatively quiet weather moves in today. You can see here, aside from an isolated shower, things dry out this afternoon, this evening, and through tonight. It's a relatively dry stretch through Tuesday and eventually into Wednesday. When it comes to temperatures, how about this? We are approaching nearing 70 degrees by the middle of the week on Wednesday. So the final day of winter, really not feeling like it. Then as we enter springtime, we cool back down again. A brief warm-up Saturday and Sunday, but as of now, it appears the longer range trends have us dipping back down into the 40s and 30s by next week. That's still far out there, but we're giving you a heads up that this temperature trend might not last all too long, at least initially. We're continuing to monitor area creeks and streams right now. West Canada Creek at Cass Bridge, currently sitting at 6.17 feet at minor flood stage, but it has already crested and is now starting to fall, which is great news. Now, Mohawk River at Little Falls, it is currently at its highest stage right now, minor or near flood stage, and it's continuing to rise, although the rate is decreasing. And then West Canada at Hinckley and Susquehanna River at Unadilla, all still rising, but at this point, it's not expected to reach near flood stage or flood stage. We have a few more area creeks and streams we'll get to. I just got to manually put in all this data, and it takes a little bit of time. Well, the bigger picture here, we've got that cold front moving through the region. Cooler air moves in as well. But overall, high pressure keeps things quiet and dry for the near term. So today, temperatures peaking in the 30s throughout the morning, afternoon, and evening. Some skies clear out tonight with lows dipping down into the 20s. And then by tomorrow, warming up into the 40s and eventually nearing 70 degrees by Wednesday. Spring arrives, high of 61. Things cool down, and we could see some icy spots by Thursday night into Friday, and some potential early morning flurries Friday morning. So although we actually have a pretty opposite trend here. Final day of winter, 70, and the second day of spring, potential for snow showers in the morning.
I like the 70 though.
We'll take the 70s, but yeah, it's we're still in this trend of two seasons battling it out as we get to the first days of spring.
I guess so. Hey, well, with those 70s, you might want to take a dip in the pool like this person here that police are looking for. They're looking for a speeding driver who crashed into a back 25.
Now, the news with Ben Kinney and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning once again. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Ben Kinney.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
You just updated me that the flood warnings have actually been extended. So we're still looking throughout the day today in some areas to possibly be dealing with some flooding issues.
Yes, and we have 3 individual flood warnings in effect here in the area. Matter of fact, let's go over them right now. Just a heads up though. Bottom of your screen, that QR code you can scan, you can get these warnings direct to your phone when they are issued live, including, for example, the tornado warning that was issued yesterday, sent right to your phone. It includes the area impacted. Our systems have the highest priority set for the alert, so as soon as they are issued and submitted by the National Weather Service, they get sent directly to you. But back to the flood alerts, flood warnings for several areas here indicated by light green. Let's zoom into the Mohawk Valley. This includes Mohawk River at Little Falls. The water is starting to crest, but still it is in minor, or I should say near flood stage, not minor flood stage, but still just a heads up near Mohawk River and Little Falls, that there could be some flooding concerns there. There is minor flooding taking place at West Canada Creek. The water has crested and is starting to dip, which is great news. So in the Mohawk, German Flats, Frankfort, Ilion areas, West Canada Creek, something to monitor there. Finally, this is our highest concern. Up in Fish Creek in Oneida County, the water level sits at 15.72 feet and is still rising, has not crested yet. And if it approaches near 18 or so feet, that's when we could see some concerning water levels. So we're keeping a very close eye on Fish Creek today. Some scattered rain showers across the board, but cooling temperatures heading out to the west as that cold front moves to the region. The radar indicating some rain showers, still spotty in nature this morning. Those will gradually come to an end throughout the day today. So temperatures cooling down throughout the morning and afternoon. Go from the 40s down into the 30s. And again, we have the latest water level data coming up in a few minutes, plus what we can expect for any flooding concerns in the middle of the week and end of the week in that full forecast. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is saying that
Storm Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Utica.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday morning. As we saw a total lunar eclipse on Friday, early Friday morning, we received a lot more photo submissions, a lot of composite photos too, which are phenomenal to showcase the changing scenery of the lunar eclipse. This is a blood moon of the lunar eclipse taken in Waterville at the Waterville Public Library by Jody, and you can see the composite here showing how the moon goes from almost looking like a fingernail to a blood red as the shadow of Earth's atmosphere casts a red hue on the surface of the moon. So an amazing photo right here. There are so many additional great photos of the moon as well you can find on that link right there at the top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics, as well as you can also submit your own if you wish to as well. So thank you to Jody for submitting it. And of course, you have a lot more photo submissions this week to go through. The conditions this morning in the 40s across the board. It's a milder start with some spotty rain, but this actually cools down throughout the day. We fall into the 30s for much of the afternoon and evening with mainly dry weather. We have a look at a potential warm-up, though, by middle of the week. That forecast is coming up in the minutes ahead. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. The start of a space swap.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It was quite a busy one yesterday evening with that strong line of showers and thunderstorms and even some wind damage reported as well. Again, nothing confirmed when it comes to a tornado. Again, a warning was issued, but so far nothing seen consistent with damage at this point. If you have any pictures of damage from yesterday's storms, feel free to email it to weather@wktv.com, and if anything looks suspicious, we'll relay it to the National Weather Service. A look at downtown Utica right now. Well, things are looking a little unsettled and damp. Mostly cloudy skies, wet roads, and some lingering rain showers still in parts of the area. Currently sitting at 43 degrees. This is about as warm as we get today. We actually cool down throughout the morning and afternoon. And the radar right now is still looking a little busy, especially in parts of Herkimer County, north of Little Falls, and parts of, say, just to the west of, or east of Newport, heading out toward parts of, say, Ohio, and eventually out into Fulton, Montgomery counties. And today, although mainly cool, we do warm back up again by the middle of the week. Final day of winter, nearing 70 degrees. Following that, first day of spring, 61. A cool down by Friday. A little bit of a warm up by Saturday, but then we're back into the 40s and 30s by the middle of next week. Again, as I mentioned earlier, we're keeping a very close eye on area creeks and streams. One thing to mention here, West Canada Creek at Cass Bridge sits at 6 feet 17 inches, or 0.17 feet. And you can see here it crested already. It is starting to lower, which is good news. Mohawk River at Little Falls, it is currently, I would say, cresting at this point. Susquehanna at Unadilla, you can see here the levels are nowhere near flood stage. When it comes to other locations here as well, Black River at Boonville sitting at 8.8 feet, which is near flood stage. It looks to be cresting at this point, but again, we'll provide any updates. Everything else in the white, no issues as of now. And reminder, again, Fish Creek does not have an official water gauge to determine the flood stages and whatnot, but we are expecting it to continue to rise. 18 feet is the problem timing zone, or problem levels, and it's currently sitting at roughly 15 to 16 feet right now. So, bigger picture, cold front rolls through, things quiet down with high pressure moving in play here for the next couple of days. So aside from maybe a stray flurry in parts of higher elevations today, it's mainly quiet, cloudy skies, clear skies tonight with lows in the 20s before warming back up into the eventual 50s by tomorrow and nearing 70 by Wednesday with plenty of sunshine. A beautiful final day of winter. Then spring comes in with some rain showers, and then things cool down Thursday night into Friday, potentially some early morning spotty snow showers, so a bit of a difference there from 70 to snow by Friday morning, but it's brief. We're back into the 50s by Saturday. So.
Wow. All right, Eric, thank you very much. Well, you might be green with